What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today with the season finale of Summer House Martha's Vineyard, Season 1, Episode 8. The episode is titled To Martha, you guys. So, before we go ahead and jump into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning your post notifications on, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, you guys, without further ado, let's discuss Summer House Martha's Vineyard, shall we? All right, you guys. So before I just jump into it, I do want to discuss Summer House Season 1 and Summer House Martha's Vineyard Season 1 and how I feel about it overall, right? Overall, I like Season 1 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. I am so here if they bring it back for a Season 2. For me, if they bring it back for a Season 2, we can keep the same cast with the exception of Jasmine and Silas. I don't need to see Jasmine and Silas on my television screen ever again. To me, the season, so if I rank the season overall, I would give it a B-, right? I think it was really good. We learned a lot of things this season about Martha's Vineyard, so I loved it, right? The downside of it was the constant sex from Jasmine and Silas, and the fact that I think Silas wants a maid instead of wanting a wife. But yeah, you guys can let me know what you guys thought about Season 1 in the comments, and what you would rate Season 1 on a scale of A, B, C, D, or an F, right? Or scale of 1 to 10. If I say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give Season 1 a good 8. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. So, bravo. Speaking of this, why do we just get a theme song in the last episode? Like, what the hell? Does the original, somebody let me know in the comment section, does the original Summer House have a theme song? I don't know, I've never watched it, but let me know in the comment section. Silas and Jasmine, for me, so this is just gonna be kind of a review, but me talking as well, how I've been doing with every episode. Jasmine and Silas, like I said a few minutes ago, I can do without them Season 2 if there is a Season 2. Because for me, Jasmine and Silas are very draining and very irritating, right? He's controlling, and then on top of the fact of him being controlling, it's almost as if he's helpless, right? Because he's talking about how Jasmine, he hadn't ate no food, and then at one point in the episode, he talked about his clothes not being steamed, and it's like, dude, do you not know how to get up and go in the kitchen and cook for yourself? Do you not know how to steam your own clothes? Like, what were you doing before you became her husband? Was your mama doing, because if your parents were doing it for you, then okay, I understand it. But what were you doing prior to that? Like, you went to college. So obviously your parents weren't in college with you. So who the fuck was doing that shit for you? Like, Silas gets on my nerves. I don't like Silas. I would prefer to never see Silas on my television screen again. And if there is a Season 2 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard and Silas and Jasmine return, I will act like they don't exist in my personal world. Because I won't say anything about them. Kind of how I do housewives. When I don't like a certain housewife, I ignore them, right? I did it with Cameron Rescott on Real Housewives of Dallas, and I'm going to do it if I review Real Housewives of Dubai with the lady with the terrible wigs, whose name I will never say. So we see them as they went on this tour, this African American tour, and so I'm a history buff, right? And I like to learn about our history and our culture, right? The only thing about history that, I know that it's there and I know we have to see it, right? But the thing, and you guys know, I said it in College Hill, which I know you guys, I didn't finish College Hill. I ain't even watched it. If I do watch it, I'll probably put up a brief little video about it and wrap it up. But what was I saying? Oh, history. I like to see our history. I like to see the positive sides of our history. And yet I know that if I don't see the negative sides, then it's the same conversation we have about them trying to, ban these books, right? If you ban the books, you are basically trying to sweep it under the rug, right? So I know that you have to see the good with the bad, and I'm okay with that, right? But I don't want to focus so heavily on the bad, but I know that the bad is there. So I like this tour. I like them talking about the ocean. I like them talking about the bluffs. If you guys didn't watch that show that was on Fox, Our Kind of People, they really talked about black people in the Hamptons, in the bluffs for the summer, right? I think that's something that I really want to do. Not maybe next summer I want to go to the Bluffs and go to Martha's Vineyard. Maybe that's something I'll do next summer. That's something I might do next summer. Like I'll have to plan that out extensively, and I might see if some of my friends want to go with me. But yeah, let's pause here, you guys, and go ahead and move forward. So, you guys, after they finished up the tour, they went back to the house. So they're going to be celebrating the last night in the summer house, right? So this is something that Alex is putting on. So his brother's coming, and they're going to do something for the whole entire house, right? So they got back to the house, and once again, we get Silas, who is upset about his maid not doing his clothes, right? Now, I think this was in the last episode where she was ironing something and it got a little stain on it. And I'm like, oh my God, this man is a big baby and a little bitch. And I said, yes, I said he's a big baby and a bitch. Sue me. I don't give a fuck. So, and these are my opinions. Like I said a few minutes ago, it just feels like Silas wants a maid and not a wife, because he's always talking about what, here's the thing, you're on vacation. Why can't you let Jasmine just have fun and let her hair down, right? She doesn't need to be so structured in your, like when y'all get back to wherever y'all live, that's fine if you want to, girl. I really want her to watch this show. I know that I saw on Kim Pyre's channel that Silas was on there. He said that they're in therapy. Okay, don't really give a fuck. And again, I don't want to see them back on this show if there's a season 2, right? So Alex, his brother, came, right? So remember, I told you, they're getting ready to close out this trip, and they're having it looked like they were having a big white party, right? Black, I think it was a black and white party, a black tie event, I don't know. But they had a good time until they didn't have a good time, right? Bria. I've defended Bria this whole season, right? I've defended Bria, but I've also said when I can see that Bria is wrong. In this particular episode, Bria was dead ass wrong with a lot of shit that she did. Speaking of which, Alex, his girlfriend, showed up, right? Very beautiful girl. She came from Africa, then she flew here. I was like, girl, really? You ain't jet lagged? So Bria at one point sat down with her and told her, like, hey, we just found out, 2 weeks into this trip that he had a girlfriend. And she was like, okay. And I was like, you don't feel no type of way hearing. But I guess it was like, you know what? Let me put the face on so that they don't know that I'm fazed by this, because I was like, ma'am, she's just telling you that your boyfriend told the ladies in the house he was single. And on top of that, he was in their DMs. Mind you, we had this conversation about DMs on Real Housewives of Potomac, and he replied to the stories. But even with him replying to those women's stories, it was very flirtatious. And she was like, she's not bothered by it. I was like, girl, you ain't bothered by it. Because I do think you're lying. Because I would be a little bit pissed if someone came to me and told me that my significant other is in other people's DMs. Unless, here's the thing, I will say, unless that is part of their relationship and she's okay with him talking to other girls, then that's fine. But I didn't get that impression from her that she was okay with that. But hey, she says she feels secure in her relationship. And I was like, okay, if you feel secure in your relationship, by all means, feel secure. Who am I to say boo, cat, dog, anything of the sorts? But I want to pause here, you guys, and I want to move on forward. So, at one point, Jasmine and Silas, they were sitting by themselves having a conversation about, Jasmine is just telling Silas how he's treated her. I was like, girl, I don't think that this bull gives a damn about that. Like I said earlier, Silas just wants a maid. He wants a maid, and he wants I was about to say something else. He wants a maid, and he wants a blow-up doll, right? That's all I feel like Silas wants. I feel like he wants a maid to cook for him, clean after him, and he just does nothing, right? But go to Pound Town on a woman's vagina, even though it might not be pleasurable for her. Because I go back to Jasmine and Silas's sex, and I can't imagine that anyone would get pleasure from that, because once again, he jackhammers into her vagina. So I don't think there's any pleasure coming from it. But hey, if Jasmine says it is, who am I to give a damn, right? So everybody came over there to basically break up that whole situation between Silas and Jasmine. They just want to have fun and just take shots, right? Also, I will say that Alex has a great voice. So Bria, this is the point of the episode where I got pissed off with Bria because Bria and Simon got into it because Bria wanted Simon to watch Milo, right? Simon didn't like the way that she approached him with the conversation. So Bria's telling him he can get the fuck out. I was like, but he's your guest. And you telling him he can get the fuck out? If I was Simon, I would have broke up with her right then and there. I'm like, okay, you want me to go? I'm going. Lose my number. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't DM me. Don't do a damn thing to me. Forget that I exist, right? Because she was very disrespectful. And in this and then watching this episode in this particular moment, I realized how bratty Bria is too. Bria's a brat. So at one point, Summer was talking to Silas. So not Silas, but Simon. Basically just trying to calm him down. And then you had Jordan talking to Bria. What I will say with Jordan is Jordan has gotten on my nerves over these last few episodes the more that I think about it. And Jordan in particular got on my nerves with this one because I felt like Jordan was egging on a situation that shouldn't have been egged on. Oh, she's talking to your man. She's supposed to be your friend. Yeah, I would go. Yeah, she's not supposed to be talking to your man. She wasn't talking to that man in the sense that she wanted to go lay in bed with him and for him to have sex with her. She was talking to him because he was upset about the way that Bria came to him. And instead of Bria being an adult and going to have an adult civilized conversation with him to figure out what the disconnect is, she wants to go pout and pout and pout and go call her mama. So Jordan can miss me with the bullshit. Like, Jordan, shut up. So all the couples were getting into it in this episode because at this point, Jasmine and Silas are in their room getting into it. And honestly, I was so happy that Jasmine kind of got a backbone. I didn't give a fuck about it, but I was happy that she got a backbone. And this is the second episode because the first one was last week. This is the first episode we didn't see them have sex, and I was like, thank the good Lord for small favors. Let them all, if they do come back, let them always argue with each other so that way that they do not have sex, because I, for the love of God, do not want to see Jasmine and Silas ever have sex again in my life, right? So at one point, Summer went up to Bria's room, right? Just want to talk to Bria, right? And Bria is in her feelings. She told her she didn't want to talk, and somehow Summer still came into the room, right? So Summer and Bria are getting into it, and Summer pushed Bria, and a fight ensued. I was like, oh God. Now this time, this really was on Summer, because Summer really did put her hands on Bria. But Bria was amplified. So I guess, I don't know if I can say Summer was 100% wrong or if Bria was 100% wrong. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But yeah, they got into a little argument with each other, and it got physical, so that everybody had to break it up. So the next morning, everybody is packing up and they're getting ready to leave Martha's Vineyard. And Summer and Bria sat down with each other and had a conversation, and Summer apologized to Bria. I don't know if Bria apologized to her or not. I wasn't really paying that much attention, right? So that's really it for season 1 of Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Like I said earlier, I would rate the season on a scale of 1 to 10. I would give it an 8. And if I had to give it a letter scale, I would give it a B-, right? And you guys know I already said what the B- is because of the constant sex scenes between Jasmine and Silas. But overall, Summer House Martha's Vineyard, I actually enjoyed it. I would definitely love for there to be a season 2. And I feel like with a season 2, we need more. I think we could bring in some more people, right? I definitely feel like Mariah should come back for season 2 because I don't think that they treated her the best when she was there. And on top of the fact that, Amir was the one who mixed in Milo's clothes with the human's clothes, I think that I really do believe she's owed an apology for sure for that. But yeah, overall, season 1 of Martha's Vineyard, I enjoyed it. I want you guys to, again, tell me what you guys thought about this season in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Turn your post notifications on. and share the video. And until the next time, stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys later. So Love and Hip Hop Atlanta is tonight. I'm going to try to do the live review tonight. If not tonight, we'll do it. It'll be pre-recorded and it'll be up tomorrow. And also tomorrow, excuse me, y'all. Also tomorrow, I'm thinking about doing a lunchtime live to discuss Black Ink Crew Los Angeles. So be on the lookout for that. And I will catch you guys for something else. Bye, you guys.